What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GmiasWorld, and today we're going to be talking about a dominating defense that you can use on any defensive solo, even against human opponents, but it depends on how stupid they are. You might have to switch it up, all right? So I don't recommend running this against human opponents unless you know that your opponent has no idea what he's doing, okay? So for starters, I always like to show you guys what we're doing the actual skill-based tutorial on. It's going to be on all Madden and competitive, just so you guys have an idea about what I'm doing. You're going to want to start at a skill level that's suitable to you, so maybe all pro might be decent for you to start. That way you don't get discouraged if the computer's just cheating out, right? Because they usually do, okay? So here goes what we're going to do right now. We're going to go to nickel. This defensive playbook is the Cincinnati Bengals. So we're going to go to nickel, and we're going to go to A-gap, okay? The double A-gap formation, and then we're going to look for mid-blitz, all right? Now, in previous years, I've showed you guys how to run this blitz in different, with different methods, and it took off. Like, a lot of people started showing it on their channels, whatever like that, but it's fine. I'm not saying that I created the scheme. I will never tell you that I created any scheme. What I say is that I lab my own thing, and then I figure out stuff myself, and I just use it. When I was playing the CPU and I wanted a lot of sacks and things like that, I ran this. If you're going to be doing MUT Master and you need a lot of sacks and stuff like that, I recommend doing this against the CPU as well. All right, so we're going to pick mid-blitz, and then we're going to let the computer just do random plays. All right, and I'm going to show you pretty much what you're doing with this is you're going to play the running back, okay? Whatever you're supposed to be doing, that's your assignment. Whatever else happens, just happens, okay? So pretty much understand that. You can move these guys in and do whatever, but your job is the running back, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and let the computer hike the ball, and we're going to see what's going to happen. So pretty much what happens is everybody just engages. It's a complete all-out blitz with the 6 guys, and they're just coming in like animals. So right now what I'm doing is I'm pressing the L2 button and tapping either A or X, and I'm able to see exactly what's going on, okay? I'm able to see exactly who I have to cover and why, what my assignments are. Always make sure you know what your assignment is. Don't assume because this guy's over here that he's on the tight end, because sometimes it's crossed, okay? You don't have to do anything to the blitz to change anything. Those 6 guys, they know what they have to do. You just have to be able to cover whoever else is available. All right, so what you're going to do, you're going to sit there, you're going to wait, and then you're going to see what happens. Okay, so the running back is going out, but you see how fast it happened. Okay, it's a screenplay. But if you look and see exactly what's happening on the play, dudes are screaming. And what that means is they're just flying in on a blitz. It doesn't really matter what the CPU is doing, if it's a screen or not. Somebody's going to get there. Now, if you notice, this guy has awareness. So he recognizes that it's a screen. So Vic Beasley, based on his traits, he recognizes it, which is why he goes over there. But he's supposed to be blitzing, okay? That's something that you guys are going to get used to in Ultimate Team. Those stats matter. So even though he's supposed to be blitzing, he recognizes it's a screen, and he goes over there. Because we didn't change anything, I told you. We're not changing any zones. We're not changing anything. We're leaving everything else the same. That happens with smarter linemen, smarter linebackers. They will stop blitzing if it's a screen and start following the screen. If your linebackers and your linemen are complete idiots, they will not react, okay? Understand that. I want you guys to really, really understand why this tutorial is very, very important for you to understand. Now, a lot of times I move my guys down faster, okay? I mean, fast before the computer's able to snap it. Right here, when you click on and hold the L2 button, you can set your defense up and see how the computer reacts without them snapping the ball. Okay, so while I'm holding L2, the CPU usually won't snap it. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. Doesn't matter. But I want you guys to analyze and look at the way the play is, because that's going to be a huge thing. Now, some people ask me, Gmia, do I pass commit? That means I press L2 and up on the right stick. Do I do that? Sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes I won't. If I know it's a run, I'll do L2 and down on the right stick to run commit and smash them up behind the line of scrimmage. You understand what I'm saying? We have to be able to evaluate and see what the offense is doing before we react. Because if we start doing whatever we're doing, sometimes it's unnecessarily, we do setups unnecessarily that we don't need to do. All right? So now that we know that, let's go. We're going to let them hike the ball. Watch what they do. Watch the defense. Okay? Everybody's doing what they got to do, but everybody got blocked on that. But still, with everything going on, it's man-to-man, so my corner's going to stay there. Okay? Again, first thing, this is Hail Mary, right? So we want to make sure that guys are where they are. I'm not going to pass commit. I'm going to leave everything regular and just see if my corners and everybody is smart enough to understand and take what's coming for them, all right? So let's go ahead and check it out. Once they hike the ball, we know where we're supposed to be. He's blocking everybody. We can go help out. if it's like that, we're going on. We're clicking on, bro. We're clicking on and we're picking that. Okay? Because you're not just going to outrun them because they're backed off. You know what I'm saying? They're backed off and we're not. Only person that I would move down is this guy, but you kind of give away that it's man. You see what I'm saying? This could easily be another defense because you can set it up as cover 3. You could set it up. Only thing that if you were kind of like slick about it, you could probably put this guy back here and make it look like a cover 2. Like, let me show you. Like, this is how the cover 2 looks. So it's kind of similar. I don't know why those guys just moved though, but it's kind of similar, but it's not though. Okay? So you guys have to understand that that's something that you have to be able to maneuver so everything looks the same. Okay, I don't know why my linebackers did that, but we're gonna just leave it the way it is. We'll let them hike the ball. Only thing I did this time was to just spread the D line. But you guys don't have to do that unless you're getting killed with outside runs. All right, so he does another screen. He throws it in the ground because too many people are coming at once. We come out again, same thing. L. All right, so this time we're on the fullback. So we gotta find the guy. Okay, so that's the guy. This is what I'm saying. You gotta always find the guy that's covering the running back. Now you might say, but Gmias, the fullback is slower. Shouldn't we cover the fullback? You can. If you want, we'll see what the difference is. I'll put this guy over here, and then I'll watch the fullback. Because pretty much the running back is usually the easiest cover. You know what I'm saying, guys? You don't want to be that guy running around trying to cover the wide receiver. I haven't done that since Madden 08. Because a lot of the user friendliness has been taken away. They've added a little bit more this year, but a lot of it has been taken away. So you want to be very, very careful with what you're utilizing. Okay, just make sure you understand what that is. All right, so here we go. We're going to let them hike the ball. Our assignment is the fullback. Okay, it's play action, so we can help out somewhere. He's getting sacked. Now, inside the regular mode, when you play this inside the regular mode like of Madden Ultimate Team, that's what's usually going to happen. Somebody's going to scream. Okay, this guy is going to scream. Okay, or the guy on the other side is going to scream. But somebody's going to scream. And that's just the way it's going to be. Okay, so you have to understand that's pretty much what you need to have going on if you're going to be successful. Okay, the way that it's happening, somebody is going to get free, even if they block everyone, because that's just the way the blitz is. And then once you recognize that, okay, this guy is getting blocked, this guy is doing that, whatever's going on with that situation, you know who you have to go over and help. Okay, so I'm just pointing that out so you guys understand the scheme. Now, we're going to go to cover 2 right now, right? You see what happens? Those guys move down a little bit. Okay, so you would have to manually move them back by, it's a way to do it. You got to click on them, press their icon, and then press back up on the right stick, and you can move them back without going to click on them, right? Now, this becomes interesting because obviously you don't want to be on, you don't want to be on your safety. So this is cover 2, only sending 4. It's just a switch up. You know what I'm saying, guys? So I prefer staying on my line, my linebacker in the middle, either one of these guys, okay? But you don't want to move around because you want your opponent to think it's the same thing. All right? So now we're going to let them hike the ball. And now we're in cover 2. We know we're in cover 2. And then we're just going to play whatever. Okay? Now, he got some yards because it would have probably been better if we would have just stayed in the blitz, but we didn't. All right, same thing. Who are we covering now? The fullback is getting covered by this guy. All right, so I would leave that guy on the edge. And I would stay over here. I would try to stay in the middle. You see what I'm saying? Or stay back here to make it look like it's still cover 2. Whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Let them hike the ball, and then you react after that. All right, so what is he doing? All right, okay, I'm still coming in. I'm coming right away. All right? Once you identify it, but you have to be able to identify that fast. Okay, now right here, this right here is a typical toss play formation, right? Like I said, I don't like moving this guy right here, because it offsets the defense, and they'll usually go to that side. So the weakest link is still the fullback, okay? You could go on a lineman and just go like this, and then, press down on the D-pad and make him go into a zone and stay in a full-out blitz, but, just simply stay away because it might be a toss, because you don't really need to spread your D-line. You don't need to do anything. Because it's a man blitz, everybody is screaming as soon as the play starts, so it won't matter. But this is just another, a different way to approach a toss. Let's go and see what happens. Go ahead, CPU. Okay, so it's a stupid play. He's doing foolishness. All right, good. So he's getting smashed up. Bro, your opponent starts running stuff like that. Bro, you have my blessing to destroy his life. All right, so look. Now, what I'm going to tell you right now, typically, you don't want to run this kind of man defense when it's bunch and these tight slots type formations, because it's going to be a lot of crossing routes going on. So what would we do? Maybe cover 2. So we switch to cover 2, okay, and then we go on this guy, and then we just hang out and see what happens, all right? as we wait for them to snap, we're just trying to figure out what our read's going to be. So our middle is what we have to cover here. Okay, that's fine. You go ahead, you take it to the flat, get 2-3 yards, that's good. If they keep killing us in the flats, we would adjust accordingly. But that's how you have to be able to know and adjust your players. You know what I'm saying? You can't just sit around and just let your opponent do whatever he wants. You're not going to be successful that way. Okay, so let's go. Let's see what he's doing now. We're going to stay on the fullback. We're going to watch the fullback. Okay, so he's running the ball that way. All right, I missed my block. That's all on me because I thought he was going to go wide, which will happen sometimes. Your opponent will cut it inside. So sometimes just hold L2 and strafe and don't move. Just stand there so that way you don't get run, you know, he doesn't run by you. Same thing again. We're going to go ahead and watch what he does. Okay, looks like, oh, no, not play action? All right, doesn't matter. Let's go. Okay, so those are ways that you use this blitz. You know, you switch between cover 2, you know, all-out blitz, stuff like that, to dominate the CPU. Now, like I said, I'm going to be giving you guys some different defenses for human opponents, but this right here, you should be able to beat every solo because the computer has to make a quick read, and it doesn't matter what read they make, bro. They're going to get the business. You see what I'm saying? Like, they do play action. It's always going to be that. They're always coming in. The CPU has no answer for this, okay? Human opponents, be very, very careful. Can you win with this? Yes, you can. Should you do it? I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, you see that screaming? That's going to happen against a human opponent as well. But if they're able to kill you in the flats because they understand that you're running the same blitz, you're going to be getting killed in the flats the entire game. And you're going to get frustrated, and it's going to be really bad. So that's something that I want you to focus on right now for the CPU because you guys were asking for different ways to dominate the CPU. Right there, okay, that's my fault. Because once I saw it was play action, I should have stayed back, and I could have helped out on that wheel route. That's on me. Because the wheel route, once you go down and up, that's going to happen. Over here, we're going to go ahead and take the tight end, okay? Because he's probably the weakest link, and we're going to see what he can do with it, all right? When you hold the R1 button at the snap, you can get a press animation, all right? So, you know, feel free to do that as well, so that way you guys are pretty good with it. We can just wait this out, wait for them to snap it, tap R1, we'll bump him a little bit. He still got off, and then he's juking everybody. Okay, I might have to get that tight end on my team, but you can always hold the R1 button to get a, you know, get that little hand check animation thing going on. So we're going to take him again, and we're going to sit here, and we're going to wait. And once the ball snaps, we're going to press R1, try to get a bump, and see what we can do with it, all right? So, okay, we didn't get a bump on that, but whatever. We were still right there, and it's no completion. So you have to be able to move around because the CPU will change it up on you. Right here, we go to cover 2 because it's another tight formation. We don't want to get slanted or drag route to death, so we'll just let our zones handle it, all right, by just simply going to cover 2. And we're playing in the middle of the field. You'll notice there's not a lot of pressure, and dudes are doing whatever they want, and then he throws a pick. All right, so that's just food for thought for what you're going to be running against the CPU. We will get to some things for the human opponents very, very soon, but remember, double A gap, and you're going to be looking for mid blitz. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. Feel free to subscribe. Join this channel. We have so many things going on, not just Madden. Check out another playlist while you're here. Until next time, one love.